simply asked. I said, I wish I could have this dry bacon. Well, I mean, you know what that is.
Hey, happy Friday night, everybody. I know. I feel like I'm killing everybody with my presence and with the presence of Sarasota Tim. But as we know, we may not have but a limited amount of time with our friend Sarasota Tim. Sorry, I was just getting my cup of tea ready to go. And people wanted to know, why do I look so great in this, fantastic in this camera? It's a laptop camera. It's like I have the worst shadows. I don't even know if I have the light. I know nothing about lighting. So I'm sure because I try to angle my light away from my glasses, I don't give myself great lighting, because people don't like to see the lights in my glasses, and I don't like to not wear glasses. Hey, oh, you're at work? Well, I'm kind of at work too. Tim thinks YouTube is his prison job. I have fun, but Tim thinks it's his prison job. So I guess I'm at work too, Shelly. So we're joining you, DJ Shelly Show. Hey, Eric, come on in. Hi, Thomas. Good to see you. Oh, my goodness. So it has certainly just been getting really interesting recently in the community. And the response to Johnny Vegas and the golf clubs has been just fascinating. And as much as I have been able to keep sort of watching what's going on today, I've been able to, and I know Debbie sent me some screenshots, and I also took abundance of screenshots while I thought Tim was at the golf course, and people were popping his, people were obviously becoming more aware of the situation with Johnny Vegas's golf clubs. Though, if you know, on this channel and on JJ's channel, we have for the past year been saying that these golf clubs were taken by Tim, and that though they were lent to him at the time, he was anticipated to return them and had agreed to return them. And obviously we don't have that on camera. And so we have this person who then leaves out of town with Tammy. So Tammy is an accessory to the Tim's behavior, because she would have known. She would have known he was playing golf, and she would have known that he was I assume she would have heard that he was supposed to meet Johnny. Who knows? But anyway, she's an accessory to the fact that he stole those golf clubs, which I understand for the amount that was taken is a felony. So this person who keeps going out here saying he's a wonderful, patriotic American is just a grifting con artist. He's done nothing to contribute to the United States. I'm sorry. I know I have a funny accent, but I was actually born here. And my family is from a long history in this country. And anybody who would suddenly tell my grandmother, God rest her soul, that I was not an American, especially my grandma being the type of Confederate that she was from Virginia. And I don't necessarily say that. My grandma was just deeply Southern. And I do not. Anyway, she would be very upset with the amount of bigotry that she sees against me here. So, yeah, I look gorgeous. That's probably because I just moved the light. It's because I suddenly shifted the lighting. Because supposedly I looked like I was having my jowls hanging like somebody, like, somebody who's aging. JV brought me. I think he did. And then the wildest part. Now, I do not watch New York Dan's content. I don't think that New York Dan is the brightest bulb in the pack. I think he is one slice short of a full loaf. That's just my opinion. I don't care. There's something wrong with that man. But he released a video, where he is. I don't know if it's just rage bait to get people to watch his channel or what is going on with him. I have no idea. But he wanted to say that Johnny Vegas's video was a fake. And if you are still in a place where you really are unable to tell the difference between AI and human beings, the AI has not got that great, guys. There's always something like, if you look at a person's eyes, you can see like reflections in the iris and stuff of stuff around you or in glasses. And you look at an AI, it doesn't have any of that. The eyes, it's always the eyes. It's the eyes that give it away. Just look at the eyeballs. If you don't see any type of light reflection, or I don't care how good a painting is or anything, they never can capture the eye, quite capture the eye. And so, I mean, it's just the fact that this man is here trying to say that's not true when it's obviously, it's just, oh my gosh. He just loves Tim. I just can't. And Tim can't stand him. Tim like brings his gun out when he thinks New York Dan's in town. Watching New York Dan is exhausting and a sleeping pill. I don't watch him. I just saw the thumbnail and then looked at the comments because I see the stuff that he puts. I'm just like, what in the conspiracy theory? He is, I don't know. Something's not right with that person. He's just something just not right. I'm sorry. When you're that deep into conspiracy and then just, the things that he's done, trying to go to Teddy and Jolene's property, I don't know. Something not right. So he's out here trying to say it's a deep fake, which is like, and, demanding now that Johnny Vegas speak to him. Why are you dragging this poor man who's already been, already had his word doubted by the community and, requested to get a video? He does a video. Then you've got just an absolute, I'm trying to mind my language, but, New York Jam is definitely a brick short of a load. He just is. There's something off with that man. And this is coming from somebody who studied a lot of psychiatry. And says something is either Dan just wants to clickbait his channel and therefore his channel is just trash. Because I hate just a clickbait channel. I make commentary and obviously I have titles that are, things that, but I'm going to keep to my topic and I'm going to have receipts to go with it. Oh, I tell you that the community is just on a just rare form, trying to accuse people of all sorts of shenanigans, just unhelpful in reality. But I don't think these individuals, they don't care about what the harm is overall. New York Dan doesn't care. So I just recommend, discernment when you choose who to watch. Because I think, he's definitely the sandwiches short of a picnic. Something's off with that dude. I can't watch his content. He just seems like he's, and how he has 20,000 subscribers and then gets 6,000 views. It must have been initially with his cruise content. And that's what he should have stuck to. I haven't changed my niche. My niche has always been commentary. When I've commented on other creators, other things happening, I've had a couple of videos that were kind of a little more personal vlogs, but I didn't really do a lot of that. It was more talking again about health things or trying to stay on topic. But I think just like, I don't know, people were not having a good time in his comment section. So that was an interesting response that he gave. Yeah, he's on the list. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that people even include him or go over and comment, Even Johnny's friend was in the one of the gentlemen that was in California or somewhere that Tim met. Steve, and was trying to say, hey, no, this is actually Johnny Vegas. And it doesn't look like AI. You know when you see one of JJ's AI videos, and New York Dan, JJ puts out deep fakes. What are you talking about? You could tell they look like AI. He needs to lay off whatever it is that he's, got that's making him so delusional. In my opinion. Sorry. It's not that I know everything, but I am a medical professional and I take a certain amount of time and study and ethics. And at this amount of time in my career, I've been put through a lot. And so if I was going to have my mental breakdown, it would be now. And it's not. Anyway, Tim, of course, in response to Johnny Vegas's video, has doubled down on just being an absolute, just patriotic grifting. It's his response was what we expected from Tim, doubling down, continuing whatever the neo-tech script is going on in his head, that he was perfectly within the right to take those golf clubs, even to the respect, and we're going to do the reactions. He just got gross with it today. I mean, I'm sure some of you have already seen, and some of you may not, so we're going to react. But yeah, he got really gross. I mean, we already saw whatever the coffee cans shenanigans, and there is no way that happened. How would a troll have obtained Sarasota Tim's mailing address that easily? I mean, let's put it this way. They could figure out where he was located because he lets that be known. But the actual house, the lot number and everything, I mean, that would have taken a lot of effort. And then for them to spend that much money, I don't know. I think that was more him saying, like, in a metaphorical way, that the trolls were paying for his AdSense, I guess. Who knows? That didn't make sense either. I think he was just trying to be silly. Okay. Here he is. Talks about his clothes. This is just ultimate Tim, man. I just don't even know. It's getting wild. It's just, and as I said, I promise I'm going to keep on going. Oh, thank you. I believe you 100% when you told us, because Tim is a lying scum. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Suzanne. I know people questioned me, but I'm not going to share unless Johnny Vegas gave me permission. Audio. I wasn't going to have a personal conversation with somebody who I know was also having something coming up medically. I'm a registered nurse, so obviously the conversation that I had with Johnny was going to be beyond just the shenanigans with Tim. And we talked for a long time. And that voice that I heard was very much Johnny Vegas's voice from the phone. And I don't think, I know people were concerned at first that maybe I was getting played, but no, I genuinely, and I've always said this, that Sarasota Tim has been somebody who has moved around the country, has made sure to get the most and take advantage. As much as he wants to say he's the great roommate or whatever, I actually did see a case about, and I was looking into it, about a female landlord who asked for a Timothy R. Baker in that area, but I didn't see that address coincided with any address that Tim had ever been in, but wanted to take him to court to literally evict him out of the property. And I just thought about that story of the lady he said he lived with for so long, and maybe her getting so sick of him being there that she literally had to evict him out because he was never going to go otherwise. And so, but I couldn't match that address with any of his known addresses. So I was like, darn, because it was like a Timothy R. There's another Timothy R. Baker in his area that was in trouble for insurance fraud and stuff. And so because I couldn't see a date of birth for that Timothy R. Baker, I couldn't really pin it down to Tim. So there's always that other one who's been like in trouble for insurance fraud. So it wouldn't make sense that maybe he was pushed out. But then Tim, I don't know. So it was interesting because like Tim is always looking for a lady to live with. Johnny Vegas is showing amazing. Yes, he really is. Because I worked with heart transplant patients my start of my career and for a number of years after, just in my work as an RN, and he's doing remarkable. And the fact that he was helping Tim not only save money, and Tim paid, if he was out there a number of times playing because the fees were cheap, but the rental of the clubs would always be the most amount. And it just shocks me with all the money that person made on YouTube that he decided that he was going to steal someone's clubs. Oh, he is basically a squatter. Yeah, he tries to dress it up as like cat care and property management. Okay, Tim, I think I got you at 1.5. This is his morning chat. See, look, he doubling down. Golf, baby, golf. I mean, this is a level of pathology that is just out of this world. He knows that's Johnny Vegas. Tim knows that's Johnny. Whatever New York Dan says, it don't matter. New York Dan gets 600 views on a clickbait video. That's how desperately bad his content is. Because nobody wants to listen to New York Dan's conspiracy theories. He really is. New York Dan is a classic conspiracy theorist. You could just hear that he'd be like the type of guy who tell you the story that he got taken up by the aliens from some campsite and brought back and had an anal probe or something. That's New York Dan. New York Dan gives me conspiracy theory vibes. I know he says he does all that financial stuff, but gosh, you lose your ass on that day trading. I tell you, it's not the smartest. It's definitely not the smartest way to spend your money. Hey, Sassy, come on in. We're just getting started on the reacts. Talking about the community assist on, like, everyone's melting down. People are melting down. New York Dan's melting down that Johnny Vegas's video is a deep fake. And I'm claiming that in my professional opinion, and I don't treat or diagnose New York Dan, but just in my professional opinion, New York Dan seems 2 sandwiches short of for a picnic, like half a loaf short of a full one. I mean, he's out there. Tim is just being horrendous. He's just golf, and he's just going to double down because this man knows he's getting sued in 55 days. And as much as I know he's probably not going to show up to court, I don't care. I don't care if Tim doesn't show up to court. I'll move for the default judgment. That's it.
Sarasota, Tim, at 6:39 a.m. And I've been up for a while. I've already had one cup of a brand new, big, tall, fresh pot of percolated, delicious McDonald's coffee. Let's have another cup.
I got so crazy last night. I was trying to go back on some of his old videos and see if I could see 2 canisters in that cabinet. I know there's been a video, but he has so much content, trying to go back that far and see that cabinet open would probably take me, forever. It's probably not that. It's probably like only 10 days ago, but that's like 200 Sarasota Tim videos.
I got some heavy whipping cream right here. That's the best in coffee.
Yeah,
put a little bit in my cup.
I see he already gave up trying to control his cholesterol with the nut pods. You could mix a little bit of nut pod and a little bit of that if you wanted, Tim, just to give you a little bit of that creamy and kind of lower some of that cholesterol down. There are options. But, hey, Tim, unless you're trying to work that way to the heart attack, I don't understand why you're doing this. I don't understand. You take medications like statin medications with lifestyle and dietary changes. You can't just assume and rely on the medication. That's part of what we do to help you. And if you want to take a look, Tim, I won't want to gross people out, but I actually started taking some time to, I'm like, gosh, I just want to have an evening. I'm going to do the dishes after this. But anyway, nobody cares. that I wanted to read more about, obviously, once again, it's not like I haven't read it, but like any good medical person, you just love refreshing all the time, because if you're not using it constantly in your work, then you start to, lose a little bit of it. And I was taking a look at an atherosclerotic aortic aneurysm. And I was looking at the anatomical pictures that came, like the real pictures. And God, that was wild. I mean, scary, man. It's scary. And aneurysm is nothing to play with. So this stuff can build up anywhere. I mean, it can build up in your carotid arteries. With that amount of calcium, it's got to be all over his veins. I mean, right up into the carotids. And that could, prevent, deprivation of oxygen to the brain. That type of stuff actually can, lead to vascular dementias. And vascular dementia is a horrific way to die. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, I had a lot of case management and hospice patients who passed, and that was just gotta be one of the most, it's up there with like end-stage kidney disease. I mean, I've seen like, and oh my God, heart failure is really bad too. Oh God. Ever since I did hospice and had to see the end results, alcoholism. Woo, that's a rough one, man. I mean, I've had to see all of these things. And so it's just watching Tim just be this negligent, just knowing his numbers. It's just like, you do you, Tim, but whoa, it's just terrible. Hey, Angel.
A little bit more. Well, you know what today is? You can tell by how I'm dressed. This is not one of my new button downs. This is a golf shirt, baby. Golf. Yep. Somewhere right around lunchtime today. Here, look at the color of this coffee.
I hope that's an aortic. I don't wish your father had an aortic aneurysm, but I'm trying to decipher that between the anal probe.
Look at that gold, baby. Gold. That's that McDonald's coffee, baby. So, I put my dishes away here. I'm looking slacking a little. Normally got my studio back here cleaned up. Come on in.
Well, of course you call it your studio, Tim. And that poor kitchen, it's not going to... I know you think it looks great, sir. But this sort of thing is not really made to last like the kitchen I have over here, which I would love to share and show, but I have to clean up from dinner. But yeah, Tim, it's not made. It's like your countertop isn't like granite, and your cabinets are just, this is like fiberglass. It's made to be light. It's not like you're carrying wood. Those aren't wood doors, I don't think. It's just like some type of composite material, Tim. The sink is, none of this stuff. It's not even made to take that amount of moisture that you yourself radiate as a human being. It's just not made for it. It's just wild to me. The more I read about, living in this type of, not to say you can't live in a mobile home, but the type that Tim is in, this microlight, it's not something that's made to be lived in long term. It's just not that type of camper. That's why he says his neighbors have all better campers. Yeah, because they're made to live in more permanently, Tim. Yours is just a weekender.
Come on in a little closer. So, folks, that is the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. Man, that's good coffee. That percolator gets it hot. Oh, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, someone asked me in comments, and you can't believe a damn thing I say, is the globe glass? And you look at it, and because the pot is metal and the thing is not plastic, I said, of course, what do you think? It, in fact, is not. That is a plastic globe. Why the person asked, I don't know, but I'm sure that an authentic, more expensive than the Vivor, would likely be glass. But this is, I would never consider an automatic drip coffee maker ever again. This is so simple to clean. You tap it upside down against the garbage can a couple of taps. All of it falls out. If there's a napkin or a paper towel in your trash right there, when you get ready to do it, you can grab a fresh one and you want to run your hand through there. I mean, it's spotlessly clean. There's not any grounds that you're concerned with putting in your sink or.
Tim's still acting like the only problems he has in the world are his coffee grounds. Not that he's, we're on a countdown to his channel going, because I am submitting the judgment to the judge. I mean, not to the judge, to Google's registered agent / YouTube's registered agent in Virginia, which is the exact person to receive it in order for them to be aware that a judgment's been made. And at some point, they're probably going to get garnished for the AdSense. And that, YouTube has been, not named as anything, but it's been, involved as evidence in this case because of what Tim did within the platform. YouTube's not going to like it. It's just not. And they're going to look at his cruddy numbers and all this, 15 slop videos a day and stuff. And they're going to pull the plug on that stuff.
Whatever. So it's really not a problem at all. And I can't believe how fast it starts percolating. This thing is awesome. But I love the temperature that brings the coffee up. And just think, throwing them that water.
I had some compassion for Tim because obviously we're nurses. We have some empathy. But Tim is just a terrible narcissist. And the way that he treated Johnny Vegas, how he treated JJ and Bev's home, how the things that I've learned about how he treated Miss Tammy that I've been asked to keep in confidence, which are really bad. The things that he obviously did to my channel in order to try to get rid of my voice and my business on this platform because he doesn't like criticism. It's absolutely killing him that he cannot strike a bunch of channels at the moment. That's why he ended up, he's just on the comment delete again. But don't worry, guys. I did save all of the best comments from Tim's deleted comments on the golf today. There was a lot of people upset with Tim on the second video. And you'll see that he has a very sanitized comment section now. Did not look like that earlier on. I fortunately was able to grab a ton of screenshots. And so we will have fun with that. I'm going to plan some type of live tomorrow. So look for that, guys. That will be a public live, not members only.
It has coffee in it now over the grounds again and again and again versus one time pure water over some grounds down into the pot. Can't be near as good as this.
Somebody asked me in the comments if they thought said in the comments they thought he had borderline personality disorder. I mean, I think any medical professional who's been following this case, and I've always said that part of the reason why I delved into Sarasota Tim is because I found him fascinating from a psychiatric viewpoint. I wasn't treating or diagnosing, but generally, if you are ever in practice, you don't see these types. They don't come for help. They think they're too wonderful for any type of therapy. Everyone else is the problem. So to see somebody and then and then for him to obviously get so upset with me and to become so triggered and to continually, I mean, he probably thought I was like the cockroach parasite, as his neotech would say, that he could not get rid of. And now I'm suing him. So that is, but as I said, I think Tim has just compartmentalized it. He's not thinking about it. It doesn't affect him really, in his mind. Okay. He's controlling it, however. And I would be shocked if he comes to court. At one point I thought, well, he may try to give himself a defense. And as time goes on and the way he's erratically buying clothes and getting stuff and just kind of the golf and all of these behaviors, all of this compounding on him at the moment, I do wonder if he'll make the trip to Virginia. I am curious if he'll just throw in the towel and just think that he's going to somehow not get this judgment happening. I don't know. It's going to be fascinating, guys. We're going to have fun this summer with Tim. Definitely grab your popcorn and whatever you want to drink.
But I did buy one once. I told the story at Walmart, the old cowboy kind that you put over heat on the stove. But they suck because, one, this one didn't even perk. And you got to know the right heat level. And when it perks, you got to know when to take it off and stop. You can't walk away and forget it, or it'll burn the coffee. It'll burn your mouth. It's just horrible. Yes. This, it starts percolating.
Well, that's why I started making commentary, because obviously there were a lot of people regarding Chantel and Foodie Beauty. And sometimes we have her here. And her thing is like, it was very difficult to watch somebody just persistently destroy her health the way that she was. And I felt I got my voice out there, and I got my information about her diabetes and what she does to her body. And I think we're just going to watch, kind of that deterioration happen over time. And so I kind of stumbled on the Tim when I had been seeing him anyway, just in my own feed and kind of keeping up a little bit with his story, just because I would catch him when I was, driving, or, sometimes I'll listen to people on YouTube rather than listen to music on my car, or when I'm like out walking, my earbuds or whatever. And so I kind of caught him that way. And the rest is history.
It stops percolating, and then it has a warmer on the bottom that keeps it warm, hot. It's the best. It's the best. So forget the stovetop, forget the automatic drip, forget a Keurig.
I agree.
I drink too much coffee.
Sadly.
My daughter's got them. Other people have them. They're quick. 1 cup is all you need in the morning. You want a cup to go. I thought about getting one several times, and I've used them many times, like at my daughter's. Well, happy Father's Day in advance to all the dads out there. Thank you, air conditioner.
Well, hey.
Now, today, there's.
I hope it went well. Tim is talking about what a great father. No, he isn't. He's talking about Father's Day and trying to dry bag, I think, for coffee. Oh, Tim. I mean, how many years can you be out here alone on Father's Day and still try to crush it for Christ and talk about, how grandchildren move your heart and stuff? It just sounds so hollow and empty at this time. I don't think you've done one good thing, one kind thing, one nice thing for your family for all the money that you receive for YouTube. Did you once do something like a family holiday, give them a little bit of money, a little something, since you didn't do shit probably for them when you were a dad, when they were kids? Anything? No, selfish. This man wouldn't. So his kids will give him a phone call, but none of them are going to take the time and the effort to fly in and see him, or want to join him, or bring him, over to their place. They don't care, because Tim is in Neotech taught Tim that family was disposable. I mean, it really was part of their philosophy. So, the shackles of family should not be there in order to prevent your self-interest in just having your best time ever, because you're so special. And so you're getting the result of that thinking, Tim.
No chance of rain. There's no chance of storms. There's no chance of hurricanes. There's a chance, though, of a serious heat index, a heat wave starting at 11 a.m. Right about the time I tee off.
I create better memories with my dogs than Tim creates with his family. Which is really sad. I spend more time with my dogs than Tim spends with his family. Now, yes, do I have my family close by? No, obviously not. My mother's in the UK, and she, my stepfather is not well, so she does not travel, and I can't really travel because I have 2 big dogs, so that makes life tough in that respect. But that's okay. It's just life, I've been living far away in distance from my my mom and my stepdad for most of my adult life, so they're accustomed to me not being around. And the rest of my family has pretty much passed away, so that's kind of it. I don't have kids, but my dogs are fantastic. And I have friends, obviously. And, you know, it's just some people have small families, and I'm one of them. But I'm not leading a litany of kids without a parent somewhere.
But I've said it before in videos regarding Father's Day and Mother's Day. And this is not to, you know, say that fathers are anything less. But mothers, I just got to give it to them. They are, first of all, they got to go through the whole birth thing. You know.
Oh, gosh. This is now Tim being what we call a benevolent misogynist in the world of psychology. I focus more on psychiatry than psychology, but obviously you have to be aware. But it's the term benevolent misogynist. He goes from hostile when he thinks that women, you know, probably are, you know, sweating like whores in a church, or, you know, benevolent where he's going to, you know, talk about, you know, birthing and stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they have. Oh, yeah, Virginia, they'll ticket you fast.
So getting big, having birth, all of that. And then in general, we'll all agree, although plenty of dads change diapers and do all that, you know, Mr. Mom, the mothers, just by nature, you know.
Mr. Mom, really? That's what you name a father who actually participates in childcare? I promise you, I work in pediatric home health, and I see dads who are great with kids and kids with disabilities. So just, Tim, that's just you. You were a lousy dad. You probably didn't. Your dad seemed to have had a number of spouses with kids, and you certainly followed in suit too. So, I mean, that's kind of, you know, learned behavior in your family, not to, you know, judge or anything. But it's just like you just... You're the reason why men can't get a good rap.
Dads love their children every bit as much. I love my children. But I'm sure that the mother has some... She'll fight you over them kids. Don't mess with a mama and her babies.
I'm so glad. So glad you're enjoying retirement. As you should. As you should. Especially, I know you worked very hard and had to deal with a lot. Stopped at the gas station. Well, don't block up a pump. Like Tim would. Tim and his selfishness and screaming at those gentlemen working on the sidewalk, actually working and fixing stuff and doing real work. Tim's like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. Oh, we'll have to play that, guys. That was obnoxious. I haven't done a review of that. That had to be one of the most obnoxious things I've seen.
That includes you dads, and you know this.
I mean, he's got a lot.
I know plenty of mamas that will bite the head off of the fathers that mess with those kids. Yes.
I don't know. He claims that he had custody of his firstborn son when he was living with the third wife. And then they had the child, and then he went off in that neotech stuff. So who knows what happened then? Because Tim has a way. So it's like, so what happened to that child that you got, that, you know, because he kept saying we had hims, hers, and ours. Oh, wow, that sounds folksy.
So Father's Day is extremely important. Now let's talk about how good fathers are and what they do that mothers don't do. In general, not in today's time, because everybody works. Both husband and wife work. They have to. But maybe the husband makes more money or something, and he's bringing home the bacon, and he's providing the security and the roof over, contributing a great deal to vehicles and clothing and Simulac and diapers.
Really, Tim? What 1950s like dream are you living? I promise you, a lot more men who are spouses, the wives, out earn them. For example, I know my friend who's a nurse practitioner, works in cardiac health in a hospital, completely out earns her husband. He has a very good job too. And he works for a company that does organs for transplants. And so it's not like he has some he actually does with like the biology of the tissue and stuff. So it's not like he has like some joke job. But her work in medicine and all the extra, she works sometimes she works 11 days in a row because she's got call and all sorts of stuff. But she certainly earns way more than he does. That's why she got to pick where they got to buy the house. So most of the money going down for it was hers too. So and people's also, sometimes Tim, families, people inherit money. He acts like he has no idea of anything in the modern world from about 1981. Because I'm not that many years younger than Tim. I've been married and we both worked. Everybody I've known, both spouses have worked. It's very rare to have just one not work. And you know what I've had when I've seen one not work? It's been the man.
And pampers and all that goes along, and also playing Mr. Mom, raising those kids. Now, we're talking about babies. Now, when kids get older, it's time for a car, it's time for college, and they need to fix their kids' car, change the oil for them. This is where,
oh my gosh. That is a wild character. Liberace behind the curtains was a character. I love Liberace as a kid. I didn't realize how wild he was. I just thought he would look, flamboyantly, outrageous. And that seemed like fun when you were a kid. Like Elton John too.
Others, start to shine and do all of these things that the mothers in general don't do. And so it does equal out in life of how important dads are.
Right.
So if you are a dad, respect. And if you're a good dad, more respect. So,
well, yeah, but you don't, Tim. But you don't have respect for men who are good dads, because Johnny Vegas, I know, has children. JJ has children, and I understand that they're pretty good to their kids. Even Zico, and he seems very nice with his family. And you're not good to these people, Tim. I think your character is finally, I'm glad that Darling in some ways pushed to get Johnny Vegas to do the video. I never would have pushed for him to have done that for anything. That had to always be his decision and how he wanted to do it. And I'm glad he was able to do that with JJ and get that information out. I know that like I said, I spoke with him and let everybody know. Obviously, it's just a conversation. I'm not going to put everything out. But if you listen to my video and then you listen to what he said, it's the same information. Nothing has changed.
I hope you take your dad out today. Well, any day.
Yeah,
you take him out today if you want. Milk it, dads. To lunch or dinner, or you get him that tie or shirt, or get him a Kufandi button down or some board shorts. I got to show you these. I ordered another pair.
Oh my gosh. You just have to, if you want to watch a film about how, bad, I think there was like Carry On Doctor. I think one of the, oh my gosh, Catherine probably knows this series, but I think one of them, there might have been a maternity ward scene with the dads in it. And like these people were in the hospital. They didn't look that sick. So I don't know what was going on, but they were in this ward in the National Health for days. And there were like 20 people on the ward, or at least 10 of them. I don't know. It was wild. And they did have wards, open wards like that. Like they're all smoking in the hospital beds and stuff. They're wild. I love watching that film because I'm like, it was like that. Like literally doctors walking around smoking in the hospitals and stuff. Just the stuff that went on. Like absolute HIPAA violation happening. Everybody knows everybody's business. Oh my God, it kills me. If I really need a good laugh, I will watch one of those movies because it's just like, what was going on?
I've done lost count on how many shirts and shorts and stuff I have bought. But wait till you see this. Take a look at this.
I got balloons.
Let me go get it.
Actually.
Got them right here. Where you at? Oh, here you are.
Yes.
And look, they're like a nylon. These are not cotton. They got a few wrinkles in them.
Isn't that really supposed to be disrespectful to our flags? Making clothing out of what is potentially our flag patterns. I know it happens in the UK too. Don't get me wrong. People probably walk around with Union Jack underwear. I'm just saying, I don't think, this is where Tim's just, look at me. I'm going to go out to the beach, show everyone what a good American I am. While he's like simultaneously screwing the taxpayer out of money, screwing a subscriber out of his golf clubs, and trying to maliciously, eradicate anybody who criticizes his atrocious behaviors on YouTube. I don't think anybody was to feel aligned with your Americanisms at the moment, Tim. You're not representing the country well. Okay? Take it from somebody who has an American passport.
From the shipping, but that'll come out in the sun. And
he's concerned about how wrinkled are the shorts. You're supposed to, Tim, if you're going to keep them, you should wash them, because a lot of times these clothes in the treating process, you're just ironing in formaldehyde. So do you understand that sometimes these garments have like chemicals that are part of their process when they make these clothes, and it's advised to wash them to get rid of these chemicals, and like putting an iron to it actually could be dangerous. But you're so smart, and you know a lot about chemistry and stuff.
And in the water, when I go, fit perfectly. Drawstring here, got some drawers inside. You got your built-in drawers. And there is a black pair that I ordered, and this is black and white. It's not red, white, blue. All this is black, and then there's white stars and some stripes.
Oh my God.
But it's
if it was at the time when he had the boyfriend who was the young guy, and he was getting that young man to get all the plastic surgeries to look like him, like Liberace. Whoa, that is some wild stuff. There were a lot of drugs and debauchery. There was all sorts of debauchery happening, probably. Because Liberace was wild behind the scenes.
Kind of like the sticker down the back of my truck on the back window. But these are awesome. They look good. And I said, they just feel good. The material. So I said, I got to get another pair of these in another style with this material. Yeah, there are fat man pants. In other words, stretch where you do, the elastic band.
Oh, Tim, we all know that you're cutting your waistline, because he's really gained in the abdomen. His visceral is looking abundant.
True board shorts have a solid waistband with a snap or a tie string here. These are, for, full-grown bears, but they look good. And you put a navy shirt with it, or a white one, or whatever. I got that white.
See, look, Tim is really starting to look like he's putting some weight here, even for somebody who states that he's really watching everything. Tim, I'm surprised somebody hasn't caught you in the Cheesecake Factory.
America 250 shirt that I bought at Walmart. And that's going to go good. But I bought these flat front nylon shorts to wear with my new button downs. And they're nylon. They're a dry fit. They're synthetic.
Why? I love Tim. Tim is being, just reamed in his comment section for taking somebody's golf clubs. He has told a judge, sworn with his signature, sent to a courthouse. I guess because he didn't have any actual evidence. It's not evidentiary. But he literally has told the courts in Virginia that he's on a fixed income, and, any type of travel, it's just going to be immense financial hardship for him. And then he's out here talking about all these clothes and stuff. He's something else. Because, it's not me that he's lying to on this. He's literally lying to a court of law. That's the sort of level of pathology for Tim to get out of his responsibilities and to take any type of accountability. That's the level, because he just assumes he can sell that story off. No, Tim, you actually can't when it comes to court.
Material. And I got the one, I put it in my truck already, got to return it today to Amazon, a 34. Now, I don't care. I ordered 36s now because I'm sure they're going to fit. The 34, which is what I am, that's what I'm wearing now. But sometimes these things from China.
He already said, I think maybe in this video, he returned a bunch of other shorts. So just wait. The return story is about to come. He won't disappoint.
It doesn't have, like the board shorts, an elastic waistband. They're a solid band, and they didn't come close to snapping. So I yanked them off right away and put them back in the bag. And the other ones that are scheduled to come, I canceled the order, and I'm going to get 36s. I hate even saying that. But you know what? If they fit perfect and they look good, they can say 46.
He just returned a bunch of stuff. He got like 6 pairs of shorts, all returned. Just never known anything of the like. I probably got this t-shirt last year and I'm still thinking it feels new. It's just a different mindset, I guess. You know? It's just because I put my money into investments. Like my dogs.
That's all I care. As long as they fit me. Let's have some more coffee. How's the audio, folks? I've been playing with the audio. When I listened to my video again last night, the microphone here, if I put my mouth towards the mic, I think it was getting a little too much loudness. So I backed off the gain. They call it gain.
Oh, yeah, Tim. You're so worried about your sound quality. That's why the air conditioning just roll on. Yeah, the sound quality on that 2-minute ridiculous video about the coffee from the trolls that, you know, some like 5 gullible members of your community fell for. Just so you're a grown man, Tim. That was just absolutely out of control. Watching Tim just slowly melt down on because he's got it coming in all sorts of directions, and his echo chamber is just shrinking to a few hardcore supporters. I mean, Jim Bauer's gone. Haven't seen Bell Holden in there for a while. It's just really just a couple of diehards in there. 2 captains, 1 ship. Angel Mission, Bubba, Tex, Mama Tex. It's really about it. TRD Off-Road on occasion. Melvano. I mean, it's like, that's it. I mean, that's like Tim's hardcore audience. It's wild. He doesn't really have much left. I mean, he's down to nothing.
And
better deserved.
So we'll see how this works. Well, I better take something out of the freezer. There's a couple of hamburger patties. I'll take them out. Wait a minute. What's this? Filet mignon. I'll take that out. I'll have me a steak. This was $16. Angus filet mignon. $16. Walmart, baby. Put that right here in the fridge. And I'm enjoying the egg whites that I bought that I mixed with a couple of eggs. Perfect. Sure makes your eggs last a lot longer and you're not eating 5 yolks. Oh, I put cream in here, but I forgot to add more coffee. That would have been a mistake. Filling her up. Fill it up to the rim with brim. Now I'm going to go ahead and kill the heat.
Yeah, he just doesn't seem to have that, you know, talking about the fact that he just hitting his floor to the knees in the morning. God is just so present in his life. He is winning. You know, the way that he was right after he handed it in his grounds of defense, just thought that he was just, you know, had taken care of the court case. You know, everything was done. He was aware, he was, not going to get $30,000 out of his pocket and lose his YouTube channel. Nope, it was all good. And you can tell that from looking at Tim's eyes and he looks like things are weighing on. As much as he wants to act as though it's not, that's not the case. And people are asking for him to tell the truth. We'll go over those comments, like I said, in a public live stream because we'll have some fun with that.
On here. Turn that off. So I am confident. I don't have any reasons to make any excuses today about sore neck and arms and legs, about deadlifts and strenuous muscles. I laid out yesterday and the day before, or the day before I played golf. And that's what got me. But anyway, I'm going to use my new swing today. I'm very confident in it after going to the range a second time. Some of you have told me that you're using Tom Segudo's YouTube channel to help you with your game. I think he's fantastic. And believe me, there are no shortage of people that want to tell you how to swing a golf club on YouTube. It's just ridiculous. And it's just like religion. They all can't be right. It's opinions. They all can't be right. There only has to be one or one that's similar. Oh, sorry, that's slurpable. Right in the microphone.
Tim, I have a cup of tea. Tim, the only comment is Tetley, by the way. The only comments I've got some actual English tea. That's good. Stain in the cup. That's how you know it's good British. I got a cup stain. It's gonna stain my teeth. My dentists hate me for my tea. They really do. Tim, I even lost my point of whatever. I was just sorry. I lost my point. Tim's just full of it. Why not? That's my point.
Folks, that is the best cup of coffee I've drank in my life. Man, I love it.
Gosh, this cup. Yeah.
Thank you, Mama Tex. So today, with that heat wave, man, I got to take some water with me. I should have bought, I need to go to Walmart and buy some more golf balls. And I'm not buying those super soft $30 balls. Although now, I found them in Kroger.
And they're like the proper ones that are round that fit right at the bottom of the cup. You know, instead of a square tea bag. They're going to waste that little bit of paper. Oh my gosh, when the pyramids came out, that was something else too with the, that was PG Tips.
I'll keep them in place, so maybe I should. I guess I will. And what do they call the Callaway Super Soft? I'll pick up another.
No, but I know that, is it Freddo's? Those little chocolates from Australia are huge in the UK. Do you get those Freddo's over there?
Well, I got 2 sleeves left. I didn't use them all. And I have a couple sleeves in my bag. Maybe I won't buy any at all. Maybe
my
I'll just
favorite were the penguins. I love some penguins. I probably would eat one now and be completely disappointed with the flavor. Like, oh. But I loved those things when I was a kid. God. My mom gets some penguins in the house. They were good.
This round and see. Before I go dumping more money.
Baby Sham. Oh, yeah.
I got the golfnow.com, the app.
Oh, my grandmother loved Baby Sham. My grandmother in Northern Ireland. That was her choice. She loved Baby Sham. Oh God, you'd have that and a little bit of like, you would have a little bit of oh God, there's the drink from oh gosh, hold on, I gotta play Tim. Roscoe looks so ridiculous at the moment. He's got Roscoe's a hot mess.
I got the deal on today's round, and man,
little frogs on them.
So
chocolates.
When I get through, if I'm not exhausted, I do need to get in that water in that Gulf. I need to cool down. So I'm gonna put my new red, white, and blue shorts on, and maybe head over to the beach afterwards.
Oh yeah, you can pretend to be a patriot, but we all know how you behave, Tim. You don't like to pay your taxes. You like to write everything off. You didn't really take a good care of your kids to give them health insurance. Haven't put a dime away really for retirement. You took $58,400 in a probably overinflated EIDL loan, of which you used to pay off personal debt, which already makes you like illegal on that. And who knows the count? I already know you had a bunch of traffic tickets. I don't care. I have a bunch of traffic tickets too. We already know you got the bus stuff. Just saw you roll past a stop bus. I mean, I just don't know, Tim.
Fred and Raffaella, they want to go to the beach with me, so I'm going to load them up. They're saying next week after the weekend.
Oh,
and
yes.
We'll definitely get over there.
Oh, no, I never squeeze my tea bags. No, I just pull them out and throw them in the bin. Oh, yeah, I definitely don't do the squeeze. That's a good tip. Yeah, you don't want to do that. It ruins the cup. Just get that thing out of there. It's already, like I said, my tea. These Tetleys, man, these are strong. I'm gonna have to get some bleach stripes, some bleach white, or the bleach things for my teeth, because I avoided tea for a long time because my dentist was just like, you have got to stop drinking tea, girl. Your teeth are getting so, because like what, you know how, see how this cup looks? I don't want to make it look gross, and that's got milk in it. So the way it stains the ceramic, it's no different to what it does to your teeth, man. That's why you got to be so careful with tea. But I've been back on the tea again. I missed it. You know, at night, it has a little bit of caffeine, but it's not like to the level of coffee. So I don't want to drink coffee at night. It tears up the stomach. But tea doesn't tear up the stomach like that, but it stains the teeth horrible. It just does.
And go to lunch at the Moose Lodge. They sent me a magazine I got in the mail. I got to look it over. Something. Yeah. I'm getting emails from them and different things. So
I know
the information.
I know. I do think that being Fred's age and being out in 86-degree heat is probably not a wise plan. It's probably a surefire way for that poor gentleman to become really dehydrated out there. And besides, his dermis, his skin, I mean, he's gonna have to sit under an umbrella or sit under just like full SPF. Like, it's just no. Please don't take elderly folk like that out on a hot summer's day. It's like dragging dogs out in the car and leaving the windows up, Tim.
So the hunt for the feline goes on, but I haven't done much.
Yeah, he's going to give them a heat. He's going to give those elderly folk a heat stroke. He's not going to know what to do. He's not going to be able to recognize the signs of a heat stroke. And he doesn't know how rapidly with elderly people, especially if they're on certain types of medications, how they shouldn't even be out in the sun. It's like not advised. Certain medications are really can be triggered within the direct sunlight, not the actual like formula. That too for certain, medications certainly shouldn't be in the direct sun, but like your body interacting with the sunlight. So I'm sure Fred is very clear, but I just think there's going to reach a time that you're going to need to find more friends your own age, Tim. You're going to have to try to find a hobby other than just sitting your ass at the Moose Lodge. I'm not really looking. I mean, the problem is Tim's so cheap, and the type of hobbies that he wants to do are just like him riding a motorbike. Well, I mean, you can talk to guys about motorbikes, but the rest of the time you're going to be riding on your own. Golf, yes. But a lot of times you have to stay quiet because you're on a golf course.
I don't know. It's the weekend. Maybe I'll get out and sport one of my new shirts and whatever and go to a place that got some live music and hear some music. Go hang out at some places around Sarasota downtown or over in St. Armand.
It was incredible that the time that Fred got sick, Tim was also sick and was unable to do anything to help them. I think, did he take anything over to their house? I don't think so. I think he was trying to go over there to get Raffaella to make him chicken soup. Stop trying to get this woman to do labor for you, Tim.
Whatever.
You're grown man.
You got some money over there. That's all tourist, really. You can go to O'Leary's over at Marina Jack's. They got music 7 nights a week there. They got some good music. Sit there and hang out, drink a Coke or water or whatever. Just tip the bartender.
Oh, that sounds delicious. That sounds good. You get to have the time to do that stuff. That's the stuff you just do not have time to do when you work. It's like, because you just feel bone tired half the time. It's just like the thought of cleaning up afterwards. All the stuff that I used to have joy before I really became an adult and with the adult responsibilities of the world. Yeah. It's like
you're out. They don't care what you're drinking. And enjoy yourself. And get out and about. Yeah. The only thing is, it's hot, baby. It's hot.
I know. Which is so funny because one of my neighbors has a personalized license plate that's felines, and it's a guy, and I have no idea. But it's just funny because that you mentioned that, Eric, because that's I know Tim trying to find a feline. What are you trying to say? Some type of cougar? Panther? But I don't know. What do you do? I thought you wanted a younger woman because some woman in her 40s isn't going to be clued up to the homosexual behaviors of Sarasota Tim. All she had to hear is your coronary artery calcium score 10 and she'd be out of there.
You need to find a place that's got air conditioning where I can go inside. I mean, you don't have any idea. The humidity is brutal.
Well, Tim, most of us, we get humidity right here up on the East Coast too. I mean, I'm sure it's not quite like Florida levels, but I've lived in South Carolina and stuff, got pretty south, and I've been to Florida, sir. That's why people have air conditioning and tiled floors. That's why people love a tile floor in places with a lot of excessive heat, because it's just cool, keeps the whole house cool inside when you have the tile and everything. It's, expensive to run it. That's why, but that little hot box you're in, oh, Tim, the summer just not even started, so we're still in spring.
I got subscribers. They're in Greece on a Mediterranean cruise right now. Bob and Kathy, shout out to them. They sent me a picture today. It's 6 hours ahead, and they were in front of the big Greece. I don't know if it's Colosseum or what it was, but they have scaffolding on the inside. They're keeping it, up.
Great. Is it the Pantheon, Tim, in Greece? Well, we know you're just a world traveler. So glad you're describing that to your audience. Look at that Paul story. He looks like he's just too much sun. Jeez.
And they're just enjoying themselves on a Mediterranean cruise. They're with their church. And so I hope they have a wonderful time, and happy Father's Day to you, Bob. And let's see what else we got. It's 7 o'clock.
I don't think they did have a personalized plate, but I just remember that the numbers look different from how they do. I think the numbers or how they do the license plate is in the UK at the time. I think they did it slightly different. I want to say they look like they were a different color or something.
In the morning, and I got a while before I tee off. Maybe I'll head over and go into Walmart and take a look at a couple of things, and maybe take a short walk over at Coquina or something.
Yeah,
see the Gulf.
Greece,
You're not going to just sit here.
Yeah, that big thing, that Colosseum, the Pantheon. Is that right? I don't want to sound as ignorant as Tim.
Here until time to go golfing. I'm going to only use irons and maybe the 5 hybrid for teeing off.
Oh, great. Yeah, everyone was that was probably the one that was gifted to you. So yeah, just rub that in, Tim. Yeah, just double down, mate. Double down.
Basically, even that 3 hybrid I have works beautifully. I hit it well at the range, but I'm going to keep it down to just that one club that's not an iron, and everything.
Yeah, because all the ladies in your audience love your golf talk and standing there in your Reebok shirt like you're just something special.
Else 5, 6, and 7.
It's got to wear the labels, guys. Show you he got plenty of money. And tell the judge he's on a fixed income.
What I'm going to use to keep advancing my ball. Now I say that, and then chip up on the green, make a couple putts, maybe make a par, maybe get lucky, make a birdie, and let's see if we can't shoot in the 80s today. That would be crushing it.
Yeah. Okay. Gosh, really? Just like it just shocks me that he's so just confident. Okay, let's see what we got here. Jeff says, "Oh gosh, this guy. Oh my gosh, he's a blast from the past." In the comment section, love to hear more about what happened between you and Johnny Vegas. Yeah, well, good luck. Tim will never talk about it because he's a coward. Happy Father's Day. Says it's me. Whatever, girl. The number of clowns you have hating is hilarious. Well, keep the cope going, because your great leader is going to be down in like about 55 days. Yo, big guys, prison job. Okay, don't. Yeah, he doesn't understand the reason why Tim calls them prison jobs is because that's the language that Colt would use. So he just thinks you're a schmuck that he can use. So I don't know why people are in the... Oh, Bubba, the hump for the feline will drive the haters crazy. I just coughed up my coffee because Bubba's just, this is just what America's made of. Angel Mission. Oh, someone stole her percolator. Well, lady, that was Sarasota Tim. Just his audience. I just can't. Oh, he's deleted them. Don't worry. I have them. I screenshotted most of them. He can't strike in people's channels. So he's down to like very few things to do. Okay. Trying to figure out what came next because he did a short. Oh gosh. Okay. So Tim is wanting to tell everybody about and just doubling down on the Callaway hat. Was his video? Hold on. Not that. Hold on. Not that. Sorry, let me go back.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim.
Watch that.
Just coming out of Walmart. Got my big umbrella here. It's so big that it's got 2 tie-down strap areas. Let's demonstrate it.
This is Tim at actual normal speed. That's why he sounds strange. 10 comments. 82 likes, 2 dislikes.
Tie that one. And you untie this one. This is a tailor-made. I'll leave a tag on it so that when winter comes, I can return it.
Well, Tim, we know you return stuff all the time, so I don't know why you think that's funny. I mean, it's just the truth. Don't you love it when just somebody who's as scummy as Sarasota Tim just keeps doubling down? We'll get him, guys. Don't worry. We're on a countdown, obviously, because we have to have the patience of Job to get to the courtroom. But they locked him. That's as much as I'm just like, to the judge. They pretty much locked him so that he couldn't get an appeal, that he didn't have time to get himself together to come to court. He's had plenty of time to pull it together.
There you go. Ready? You got a little button right here. You can press with your finger.
Great. Really?
And
great. Tim's going to show us how to operate an umbrella. Shoot. The level of the quality of the content is just outstanding. It's just, oh my gosh. You know what? I need to do this because this is what's going on. This is what I think about your content, Tim, honestly. Toilet. It just should all be flushed down the toilet. It's all terrible. Just terrible.
And
wow.
Voila. This will save you. Boy, it's pretty. Not cheap. Tailor-made, baby.
He's so angry he's getting sued too. I mean, he is. He's never going to say anything. He's not going to talk about it because that's his pathological narcissism. Normal people would be like, but this is Tim's way. You know, he is mad. He's mad he can't strike channels. And he knows that in reality, just this situation. And then once the court comes, it's just going to be it's going to be a great summer. We're going to have fun.
This is going to be a nice addition. Got a nice handle on it there. Like I say, I'll leave the tags on it. Just kidding. So let's fold it down.
Tim, we know you don't kid. What happened to those cheesy things with the American hat and stuff and the corks or whatever you wore last year? We know you returned stuff, Tim. It's part of that Frank R. Wallace philosophy. It's how you keep your cash liquid. You just think this is all loaned to you. Get your money back. He don't care. He really is just can't express it. And I know people that, you know, his subscribers, he became friendly with him and then realized he wasn't a great person, obviously have spoken out against him. I'm sure there's a level of like feeling like a little bit duped and not feeling like, you know, by somebody, especially after they already been told by people like me and Darling and obviously Lolaboy and all sorts of people that this guy is in Atomic Sage was not a good person. That we could tell he's just not a good person. But, you know, people aren't going to, you know, they have to take the time to figure it out. There's nothing about this person that says he's just scum. He really is. And I'm just glad he's getting his comeuppance. And he's going to really get, I mean, like I said, he's not going to show up to court because he doesn't want real, you know, accountability. But we'll get his bank account, so it doesn't matter. And we'll get his channel down. That'll be the best part.
Yeah, it's a big one. Oh. Put it back, put it over here. What else you get, Baker? I got some towels here to clean my glasses.
that's what I think that neotech taught people to do. That was one of their secrets to wealth. Because Tim's the chosen one. So he doesn't feel any remorse. He's been doing it his whole life, guys. Since the 80s or 90s, he's been behaving this way. And the fact that he decided that he wanted to share this on YouTube and think that people be like on board with it. Now.
I bought some cheap balls because I still got some of those Callaways. It's a mixed bag here of balls. Like I say, until I make sure. What's this?
Yes, but he's looking for like deals. So he wouldn't play when like the snowboards were there, the golf fees were high. So he's looking for like the cheapest deals he possibly can because he's got nothing else to do. So either sit in that hot box, sit on the beach, you know, or wander around a golf course. He's got nothing to do or spend money in the mall or bother Fred and Raffaella. He's got no hobbies. He just doesn't give, he's worthless.
What we got here? Oh my gosh, it's a gift from Miss Mama Tex.
Oh God.
There it is.
Wow. Aren't you special, Tim? You had a woman buy you a can of coffee. And Tim loves it because he thinks she's an absolute parasite that he was able to use. So he's got no respect for Mama Tex, really. Just somebody he can use. He don't care. So I can tell Tim is he's just that man and that personality and that individual.
Yeah. Premium roast medium. My favorite. Crush it.
Okay, let's see what your comment said, Tim. He's not joking about returning it. You shop at Walmart? Haha. This is like the few people that will stay around Tim. This guy. Really. This one, supposedly the guy who likes to work out. I mean, just the fact that they continue to follow him says more about their character than anything else. Looks like you have one, whatever. It looks like the one I've returned after half a season. I'm sure. Rental policy. Just hold on to your receipt. Yeah. I don't know if that guy's actually trying to play him or they actually are on board with it. Probably on board with it. Hopefully the drought will end in Florida. You can get some use out of that umbrella. Oh, Ross. Ross occasionally appears over here, so he likes to swing around in people's comment sections. Barbara and the repair guy. Really, Ross, you feeling like Tim is your friend now? Walmart has a great bicycle, cheap, right up your alley. And Tim, if he had anything about, I think there was something about the golf clubs, but he's deleted it. I think I saved it on my phone, though. All right, let's get back to Tim. Oh, no, not that way. Hold on. Let me see. There we go. All right, let's see this terrible last video for today, guys, and we'll finish it out. He's not put anything out. So all we've had so far, I'm sure he'll potentially put another wild thing out like this. But this one, let's see the likes. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Oh, goodness, Tim. Oh, my gosh. Look at this. Wow. This is some of the worst ratioed that I think I have ever seen on a Tim video. I mean, he's been getting ratioed 59 likes. That means only 59 people have supported Tim on this. 59. I mean, that's 59 really just contrarian, garbage, scum, in my opinion. Not salt of the earth, not Christian. Just, they're going to stand by Tim to the bitter end on this channel. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's terrible. He bought the coffee. His coffee that he already showed us out in the hot truck. Right. I don't know which order that, Kate. I don't know if he got that on the way home from the golf or no, it must have been on the way there. Obviously, because he got the umbrella. Oh, right. 224 dislikes. I know. She did. she gave him buy me a coffee. And usually it takes a couple of days to get to your bank account. But Tim obviously knows that money's coming. So he obviously decided to spring it out of his own checking account ahead of time. BMAC. Oh gosh. Buy me a coffee. Thank you. Yeah. I was going to say, thank you. 212. Now this comment section got wild today, guys. And like I said, I have lots. Obviously, Scott's been banned, but I have lots of the comments saved. So we'll be able to see some of them. I got feisty. Tim had to come in here and clean up. He's got a note. 224 dislikes. I mean, YouTube sees it as engagement, but Tim's a narcissist, so that's going to hurt him. So here we have 7 minutes ago. Oh, this is going to disappear. Tim, did you see Johnny Vegas video regarding the stolen Cubs of his? I guess this person's just trying to say that you've got his stolen clubs. That's not going to last long. I almost feel like people are setting up accounts just to get to him. Pardon me, guys. The Bermuda grass is killing me. I did not take my loratadine today. Tim, turn the camera around. We want to see where you are driving. Yeah, because we want to see if he rolls past another school bus. Tim, working a Mick Ultra before his round. Crushing it, Baker. This is what he wants to leave. Oh, St. Louis Scott, the biggest waste on the internet, because he's continuing to support Tim and his shenanigans while also simultaneously, going to Johnny Vegas or JJ's comment section and saying that's great. And then when asked, are you going to continue to support Tim? Oh, yeah, I think it's fun watching his content. This guy is just absolutely, he's something else. He really is. He thinks he's all that in a bag of chips. You might be able to influence Tim, but I think you're just trash. Florida Heat can create a pool. This is what he left up. 13 comments. He had way more than 13 comments, guys. I'm sure some of you may or may not have seen this. This is just the level of this. I don't even know what to say. I can bite you. This whole comment section is madness over here.
Sarasota Tim. Holy moly. I was just going through the golf bag to see how many balls and tees and everything I've got. I got my rangefinder. Still works perfect. Battery's fully charged. Absolutely amazing. The golf clubs that were gifted to me had...
Tim, you are just having to double down on this gifted. They were never gifted to you. God. It's that neotech language, guys. He literally just walked off and then said gifted. That's how they taught them in neotech. If you felt that you could get more value from that item than the person who actually owned them, then asymmetrically aligning them to you, to the value producer, was not a problem. And they're suddenly gifted. Like suddenly you got free money. And Tim's just absolute antisocial personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder. I mean, it's when I watched this today, I'm like, this man is unhinged. There is something pathologically wrong with this person. Just pathologically wrong with him. And he is just so arrogant that the more people obviously mention to him that this is an issue, his way of dealing with it is to keep doubling down about the golf clubs, because he mentioned the golf. But the ironic part is the thing that he's going to get really stung with soon, which is getting sued in a court in Virginia. Oh, he doesn't mention anything about that. And somebody mentioned that in his comment section or something I saw. I think I grabbed the comment. that somebody asked him how he's so calm knowing he's about to get sued $30,000. So he's got it all going on. And he looks like he's not sleeping well. And I'm glad. He shouldn't.
Not just the clubs. It was stocked with top-of-the-line balls, tees, gloves, ball markers, divot repair. I mean, everything. Head covers. And then the range.
That's what Eleanor Roosevelt said. Quiet women never make history.
Rangefinder and the
something like that.
2 additional hybrid clubs, the 3 and the 5, were even gifted afterwards. So I mean, it's a really nice set. I went to Laughlin Ranch Golf Club over there in Bullhead City. They call it Laughlin Ranch.
Oh yeah, he wanted to talk about everything he got gifted, the rangefinder, the this, and how much nice stuff was in that golf bag. Tim, you just sound like a really a thief with no conscience. I mean, just my friends have always said I have a good way of spotting these types since I was young, like people who aren't good people. People who'd be fooled by other people, don't fool me. You can always tell when someone's got a skeezy character. And Tim was at the top of the skis pile.
Even though it's in Arizona, right across the street. And I bought a couple of the, what's that Travis Matthews. I bought 2 shirts. They were $100 a piece. I bought some new white golf shoes based on the.
I think everybody has a right to change history. I don't care what gender. You know, everyone trying to get me for that stuff. And Thomas, you are a wonderful person. And I love my Tar Heels and all of you guys and Dennis. I have a wonderful mixed, Eric, all of you guys, mixed audience. I love it. I love that we can have men and women. We're all talking because I think we have one common goal, and that's to get this person off the internet so they can't scam any more people or take people's golf clubs or use people like the people that he went and visited. The reason why we don't see Tim going out west is because nobody wants him there. He's got no invitations. The only person might put you up is old St. Louis Scott. And maybe you can stay with Cal Pody and Carl. You can go stay with those guys. But you wouldn't want to go near them because they don't look like, well, maybe Scott because he got money. But the other guys, they don't look rich enough for you, Tim. You don't think you could use them well enough.
The guy that worked in the pro shop there, on his recommendation, they were almost $200. And a couple of golf hats. Hey, where's my golf hat? Where is it?
Tim's not just going to get demonetized. Tim's going to get, I'm hoping, terminally banned off the channel. Because of what he did with that DMCA system was bad. And the fact that that I'm taking a state lawsuit, which YouTube is used to dealing with, like being able to protect itself with its safe harbor laws under a federal statute with this copyright. But that's not what I'm taking Tim to court for. I'm taking him to court for maliciously using that particular system as a weapon to take other people's businesses down. It would be no different than, any other type of, way to maliciously conspire to end a business. I mean, whether it was through whatever means, just like even setting it to fire if you want, in order to destroy a business. However ways people do it, Tim did his through the YouTube copyright removal system. And that's just what happens to be called, but it's not a federal case. Could I take him to federal court because he perjured himself, didn't follow through? Absolutely. Is there any great resolution for that? No. The only people who really make money from that case are the attorneys. That's it. And even then, YouTube would kind of wash its hands of that because it's just a copyright dispute. But in my particular situation, where these specific state statutes say that Tim is a malicious actor on the platform, and it actually does put Google somewhat on the hook, because when I go to garnish his AdSense money, which I will do, well, first he gets the garnishment. I mean, the judgment's going to go to the court. I mean, to Google, YouTube's registered agent, and probably another copy to their legal office in California, just to double everything down. But once that registered agent in Virginia gets it, they have to log that judgment into their system. And this is going to be something that YouTube's corporate attorneys have never seen before. They're used to being able to protect themselves under safe harbor, but they will discover that they'll understand that Tim lost the judgment. There is a warrant for an amount of money, and they know that he has a channel which has AdSense, and they'll probably know that I'm going to move to garnish that money when that window opens. And if Google by accident sends any of the AdSense money to Sarasota Tim and doesn't route it to the court as part of my garnishment, I can actually do a show cause on Google and get the entire judgment from them. And so Google doesn't usually have that from a creator dispute because the federal cases wouldn't have them on the hook for a garnishment. But in my particular case, if Google doesn't do what they're supposed to do and their AdSense happen to by chance, mistakenly, and their system can be like their automated system can be slow to fix stuff, and it happens to not go to the courts to be that check to be cut to me as the garnishment, because I think it goes through the courts and then it comes to me. Google's on the hook. I can do a show cause on Google, and then I can get, I obviously rather get the money from Tim and get the entire amount from them. So in order for Google to probably make sure none of that happens, because their attorneys will look at the risk on everything on that. I promise you, when that state judgment, it's not going to be in an automated AI. Real people are going to suddenly sit down and look at what's going on this judgment and see how all the stuff, and then they'll look at the stuff, and then they'll discover that my attorneys had already sent them notifications and all the stuff that was kind of hiding behind their AI automated systems. All that stuff is going to open up, and they're going to see all the stuff that Tim has been up to, and they're not going to like it. And they're not going to like the fact that if his AdSense by any chance ends up not going to where it's supposed to in garnishment, they know they're on the hook, and they're not going to want to deal with that. So the easiest way to make sure that doesn't happen is just get rid of the channel and make sure whatever then gets funneled my way. So that's going to be how Google's going to look at that risk management, is what I've sort of looked at when I've been kind of examining all the different things. So it's going to be so Google's not going to want to be on the hook for Tim's garnishment. So it's going to be they're not going to want to deal with it. They're not going to like the fact that they're all in that lawsuit and they're and all named and stuff. This is in a malicious business tort case. No, that's not something they've ever had to deal with before. They've only ever had to deal with it as safe harbor and stuff. They've never had to deal with it like their system being a weapon. So this is going to be kind of a wake-up call to Google's corporate attorneys, because they've never had to deal with it before. So it's going to be, we've got something brand new here, guys. I know that there's other communities that want to say this case is not true and this, that, and the other. It's just whatever. Can't make this stuff up. Yeah, he did. He did. Tim's positive community. Yeah, well, his positive community could only give him 59 likes, and one of those probably came from Tim. He's got 244 dislikes or something. I mean, he can't save, and he's not put out anything this evening. He's trying to figure out what to do, because back in the day, this would have worked. Him doubling down and just like trying to stick it to the haters. it would have worked. Like, he would have had tons of comments like, yeah, you tell him, Tim. And he's got like 13 people telling him that. 13 on a channel with supposedly over 67,000 subscribers. That's just terrible. His channel dead.
Hang on a second. Nobody behind me. Come on out of there. I know you're in there. Where are you at? Oh, here we go.
Hi. Well, you know, I try, David. I do watch him on YouTube Premium. So I'm adding a little jingle in his pocket.
I had a subscriber buy me this one in Utah. And this is the one I bought at, I guess I'll play with the Callaway. Since I'm playing Callaway balls. There you go. And I'll wear that Lakewood. Hey, you know what? Oh. That's kind of cool. People would probably think it's Lakewood Ranch.
Well, that sounds great. We've watching Tim just show off all the stuff that he got when he tried to, you know, steal stuff in Laughlin. He's showing off all the hats and things that his subscribers sent him buy me a coffee money for. Obviously, he wasn't able to return these because, you know, they probably had a policy at that golf store. Otherwise, they'll all be returned back. And he already had a hat, but he needs one that says Callaway because he's, you know, Tim's on a fixed income. So he needs like 15 golf hats. just double down, Tim. Everyone just loves you at the moment. You're the favorite YouTuber.
But that's LWR. That's our famous community here that everybody lives at. That's got any sense and any money. You move to South Florida. You move to Lakewood Ranch on the Gulf side, over here on the south
Yes,
coast.
the cookhouse, the barbecue.
But I was going to tell you that heat wave they were warning about. It's just like a severe weather system. They said at 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
it's 5 minutes still, and it goes all the way through the whole time.
Yeah, he's trying to prove that all this stuff is a gift. You know, look at all the stuff that people gift me. See, I don't steal people's golf clubs. These are all gifted. No, Tim, you just, wow. Is this how you reacted to people? Anybody? Because everyone knows you're a vitriolic, you know, and he just wants to, you know, he wants to rage and lose his rag. He just wants to be striking channels. Oh, he wants to strike mine so bad.
Golf today. I brought 2 bottles of water, and they have a styrofoam cup with ice in the pro shop.
Anybody else feel the need for a Walmart wardrobe change? Timmy does. Timmy needs a Walmart and an Amazon wardrobe change. Oh my Lord, that was a lot of in my mouth. Thank you for that super chat. Oh my gosh, he is just his grift on everything, his clothing. He's going to go manic. Where are we with the moon cycle, guys? I'll have to do that tomorrow. That I brought at Walmart is probably $35 and it's cheaply made. If you buy a first tan real golf umbrella from TaylorMade, it's over $100. Well, he'd like to say he spent some money on it. I don't know. I'm sure we could find out by doing a Walmart investigation. Tar Heels, are you home? You need to get into the Walmart app and look to see what is it listed for. Maybe we can look up golf umbrellas. Probably is about $35. He said he spent a lot of money. That was a way to, you know what he was trying to do when he said that? Darn it! I missed it. No.
I simply asked. I said, I wish I could have best dry bacon. Well, I mean, you know what that is.
Absolutely. And he's so dry bagged to have people, you know, he want to laugh about the tags and stuff. Oh, Tim, come on. Look at this. All your things, some gifted, some just take, you know, those days of $1,000 buy me a coffee months are long gone, Tim.
And then there's water, what do you call those? Tanks, thermoses, water jugs out there on the golf course. Very important to stay hydrated because you can sure enough I want to definitely make sure I take this too.
Oh.
Don't want to forget this.
Well, I have them. Unfortunately, they're all on my phone. So I'm going to share them because I want to set them up nicely. I'll read a couple out. How about that? Once we finish this video, I'll read some of them out. How about that? I'll show like this and I'll read them. How about that?
For my face.
That's because you guys.
Ooh, is it gonna be hot? I'm gonna buy a beach umbrella. I was gonna say I'm gonna buy a golf umbrella at Walmart up here, the largest one I can find, and it isn't for rain. It is for rain, but
$25?
I'm gonna use it when I get outside of the golf cart, when I'm standing on the tee box waiting my turn, or on the putting green, or in the fairway, or wherever I'm waiting. I'm gonna be
just buying more stuff for the landfill because he's just wasteful. That's why I laugh every time when I think about what he wrote to the judge. I'm just so glad they denied his WebEx. Because my motion to compel for his emails has not been denied. That is still on the docket for August the 13th. Thursday, August the 13th. I have to remember it's a Thursday, not a Friday. 9:30 a.m. And so, I mean, I'm nervous because I actually care about this case. Tim doesn't care. That's why Tim doesn't seem to have easier. But he looks like he's wearing the world on his face, guys. And it's going to get rough. His manic shopping is going to go ding, ding, ding. It's going to get wild, guys. It's going to get wild. And he can't do the one thing he wants to do. Strike channels. He just wants to strike us all so bad he hates us all.
Why is that wet? Oh, that's just from the water bottles, I suppose.
Oh, God, no!
If you ever buy these wipes, always get the one with a snap close.
That's the worst thing to have on a golf course. God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yes, you do not want to be on a golf course with anything with like metal. It's bad enough you've got the clubs. Except a lot of times now they're made with composite materials, so they're not really like, but still, you're glad you're not on a fixed income. My internal med doctor left a VA hospital to open a med sod. I had a matrix pro and a sublative treatment. Over $1,000. Oh, wow. Oh, that sounds pretty exciting. I'm going to get a little Botox next week. They have Tox Tuesdays, so they're on discounts at the med spa I go to, but that's nice. Oh my God. I so wanted to open a med spa. That's what I always wanted to go in private practice, even as an NP, nurse educators, you can't do anything fun like that. But I'm actually, believe it or not, considering doing Medicaid contracted chart review, just because you can kind of work from home. And I don't know. I just had so many wild experiences in hospitals. I may return back someday, but I feel like I just need a break from direct patient care. Maybe just doing a very little bit with my home health and then kind of balancing it with some chart review and other stuff, because you actually can make pretty good money doing that. You can work from home, which is great with the gas prices. So, and I'm pretty good at that. Sorry, I don't want to bore people. Speaking of returns that are not Amazon, I've done one return at Walmart in 30 years. It was a Keurig that had a damaged core. One return in 30 years. Yeah, and I want to say that I returned like one item because it was something I bought to do like routing, like for my Wi-Fi in the home, and then I realized I really didn't need it, and so I just returned it. But I mean, it's like most of us are not returning the way that he does. It's pathological. What he does, it's pathological. Self-care is important. Absolutely. She's one of 12 kids, 11 are doctors. Her sister has a med spa in Chicago. Oh, I love Chicago. You're making me jealous over him. Stop. Oh, it just sounds so good. No, I know my friends. My friend has a lot of esthetician friends who worked, and I used to know more people in the industry too. A lot of them are retired or gone elsewhere, or especially the gentleman that I knew in plastic surgery. I think a lot of those gentlemen have retired now.
Exposure, the one you peel away.
They were already old.
Those things dry out so fast. This is ancient, and it's still wet. It's plenty wet. Wet as I want.
I haven't been to a Walmart in 15 years.
Clean up.
I have a Walmart Supercenter, and I have to say the one thing that I don't do a lot of shopping in there. The one thing I did was believe it or not, my pharmacy, because Target went to CVS and they drove me nuts. So the only thing I get is my like my prescriptions, because they're actually half decent over there with their prescriptions at Walmart. And they honor an RX. So it's the only thing I'd really get from Walmart. Otherwise, and maybe some vitamins, because I'm over that way. They do have some good prices on some of their vitamin D. It's probably garbage, but whatever. Here's the medical professional getting a cheap shite from Walmart.
These glasses. I forget who it was that bought me these when I lived in Jacksonville. Still got them. Lost them twice for 24 hours or a few hours, whatever it was. It came back to me. And
that seems safe, Tim. I'm so glad you're driving and cleaning your sunglasses and talking on your phone for a video, because it's just seems really safe.
These are oh man, a lot of dust on there. These are $300. They're Costas, Costa Del Mar, Costa Del Mar. I forget how you say it, but what makes them expensive is these are the glass lenses. It even says it. You got the glass lens.
Yeah, he can't remember who sent him $300 for this man to get some sunglasses. The amount of money that people so generously gave him and how little he appreciates it. My dogs appreciate all your generosity, by the way. They love all the treats and snacks and all the stuff that my rescue pit bulls get, and I appreciate it, because that's pretty much where my money goes. It's for my dogs. And I have no shame in the fact that I've started a monetized YouTube business in order to indulge my love of dogs and help offset their care costs through having a channel. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And the fact that I openly say that makes me supposedly just terrible. So I hope that I entertain you. I hope you get good entertainment. Say, gosh, better than Tim's.
Oh God, I just ruined it. I have to clean these with something else now.
Well, Tim, you're supposed to clean glasses with like cleaners, or I have like little, I got some cheap wipes that I can only use on like my glasses and certain ones. I was ruined a pair of my protective lens ones with them. That's why I don't wear the other ones anymore, guys, because I ruined the coating on them, so I destroyed my lenses. And also I think these ones the new style is better, but I have all sorts of eyeglass cleaners with me, Tim. You don't just use anything. He just doesn't care.
It says it right on the lens there. I think it's 380. So I'm going to turn.
We're getting closer to the end, but I'm glad just to see everyone popping in and saying hi. I'm sure everyone's been out doing fun stuff tonight. I walked my dogs. I don't get out too much on a Friday.
Could you try again?
That's all I get is Siri and the dogs.
You're going to Wally World and get some balls and a golf umbrella and clean these glasses. Wow. I knew that was a mistake.
So this was on the way to the Walmart. We haven't seen him since. So who knows? Well, he probably will pop up with some evening chat. They're coming out really late at night at the moment, which is going to kill his algorithm. But it doesn't matter. You don't care about that.
A wipe. Let me see if this shirt of mine.
I mean, I don't know how he can come out in an evening chat and start talking about God and Jesus and do one of his devotionals. I mean, just keep a straight face. I mean, he'll do it, but it's just a level of narcissistic pathology that I've never known. Most people should feel embarrassed. Tim doesn't. I don't think he can feel embarrassment. I really don't think Tim can be embarrassed.
No. Hey, good thing I didn't have the front camera on. I went through a yellow there, turned red in the middle.
Well, we were taught as nurses that we could just take people's glasses and very carefully wash them, under a sink with a little bit of soap and water. But that's actually when glasses were made with glass material. I don't know now if that's a good thing to teach. So for the longest time, I used to do that under the sink with my glasses. Now I'm like, I don't know if I should be doing that. That's how we were taught, and then dry with a soft towel. We're taught to make sure, especially for our geriatric patients, help them get oh, look at that face. Look at that Paul's story. Good Lord. Oh, was mad when he got embarrassed with his grandson, blasted him with the jet ski. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, and you know what? I am so glad his grandson did that to him. Because he probably did that because he knows his granddad's an horse. He's never really been around to do anything for him anyway. So why would he care? He just probably thinks his granddad's a buffoon, especially for some young kid. But, knowing his granddad's, it's got all this YouTube money and stuff. And he's probably embarrassed, man. He probably doesn't even want his friends to know that his granddad's a locale on the internet. That's embarrassing for a kid, man. Your granddad's like putting out YouTube videos. He's got like 59 likes and 200 some dislikes because he stole someone's golf clubs. I'd be embarrassed if that was my peepaw.
There's some clouds. Maybe the sun will be behind some clouds for a while today. Yep, I got an hour, and that'll be just perfect to run in here, get over there, check in.
See swipes?
They don't have a driving range, but they've got this net that you can hit your ball into.
Yeah, you have to be careful because I have like a spray that I got from Target, optical, that was safe to use on any type of lens, whether it had, a coat or not. But then I got some of these cheaper ones that were the Up and Up brand, and they had alcohol in them. So they were definitely not ones that could be used on any type of lens. If you had any type of, I had one of those, what was it, anti-glare coatings or whatever. God, I'm never doing that again. I don't even know why I got it. I was thinking for the computer screen, I think was why I got them. And I just, I managed to destroy that protective coating that I spent some stupid amount of money extra for. Jeez. I mean, I had an HSA. So, I mean, obviously, I had it discounts. I didn't really feel like I paid out of pocket, with all the HSA and tax, whatever. But it still cost me extra. Never again. I'm not doing it. Because sometimes I get caught and I just need to use my regular eyeglass cloths. But I would never use like a paper towel or anything that could scratch my lenses or do anything. I'd be too worried.
Kind of warm up. That I'm definitely going to do to, stretch out a little bit. I'm looking forward to a really good game.
Mine needs
of putting it down the middle on every shot.
Mine.
This could be today I'm hoping for it to be the learning lesson, the swing I've learned, and then the learning lesson of what clubs to use, keeping it in play, and getting a good low score, and even willing to pay a little bit more.
I know. He doesn't get embarrassed. I mean, he literally had a video where he stood stark naked in front of that reflective thing and filmed himself and posted that thing on YouTube. I mean, he put Miss Jolene's kitty cat out there. just the shit this man does.
For golf, I'd pay for it if I could play it good, but I'm not going to drop $50 or more on a round and go out there and shoot 100. It's just not worth it.
Oh, yeah, Kim, because you're such a pro. Yeah, because we really care what your handicap is.
I'll stay on the cheap courses. Well, this place is packed.
Of course you'll stay on the cheap course, Tim, because you're just cheap anyway, unless somebody else is paying. Then you'll be playing at the freaking Mar-a-Lago Golf Club. Yacht and Country Club, whichever. If Kim could get himself into a yacht and country club and play around on somebody else's dime, he'd be there all day. Take it from a girl who's taken time sitting at a yacht club at the pool on somebody else's dime. That was me watching their kids, though. So I was getting paid, too.
Friday. Let's see, where's the food section? This is home and fashion. This is where I want to be. Sport and goods. There ain't no section. Look at this place. Slam.
That was the one time his air conditioning was working well inside of his camper.
Walmart ain't got it. I don't need it. All right, you gonna come out? Come on, hurry up.
He's so impatient for anybody else. It's all about Tim.
I got some golf to play. All right, folks, we'll get you on the next one. Crush it.
Yeah, look at that face. The last thing we saw was that short he put out. Look at that face. All right, this is the last thing we're going to play because I had to share this one. Hadn't shared it and it was a couple of weeks ago. Let me see if I can find it. Well, actually, it wasn't a couple of weeks ago. But with Tim, anything seems like a long time ago because it's just, look at all this. Look at a number of videos. This one. I just want to come to the part where he starts to come up to where the cones are. Here. So right about here. Okay, this is like, and I'm going to put him at normal speed. Sorry, Tar Heels. Okay, maybe we can keep it at 1.5.
Again.
Okay, just the level. This is like giving me vibes when he parked like literally in front of a disabled ramp at the gym. This is giving me sitting for, 20 some minutes talking about nothing while an entire work crew sat behind you and they finally pulled around you because they were probably trying to figure out what you were doing. And we're just politely waiting. I never would have been that polite, but they sat there and waited. And they finally pulled around and said something. And you turned around and said something that was just rude, or told somebody who didn't honk you at the parking lot when you paid it forward at the McDonald's to shove it. I mean, then when this audience is just like, yeah, you go, Tim. You're just like, the crack are these people smoking in his comment section? This is just another example of Tim's entitlement, everybody, if you haven't seen it.
It's clear. I got to go across this road. Not clear enough.
Okay. So here it says sidewalk closed very clearly. Okay, and Tim's like rolling around on his electric bike. He couldn't get around. Is he going to stop for a second and, make safe decisions about crossing a road? No, he's going to see this thing that says sidewalk closed. There's a group of men working, obviously, having real jobs, which which is something that Tim has no idea because he's had shitty, worthless jobs his whole life. They don't even need car salesman Tim anymore. Look at this. Cars, oncoming traffic. This says clearly sidewalk closed. Cones everywhere. Okay. Tim, Mr. Christian, I follow the rules, man. Watch this nass. I cannot. I'm glad I'm taking you to court, Tim.
Sidewalk closed, not for me.
Sidewalk closed, not for me. Sidewalk closed, not for me.
Not for me.
Literally, car right there. Okay, group of people actually working, contributing, paying taxes. W-2'd probably. They may be contract, but whatever. Cones everywhere. Watched him. This is just, oh my God, infuriating. Watch him.
It's not going to work. Over here? Right there?
All the way. All the way. Slow.
They're basically trying to tell him to get off of there. There's like a bunch of guys shouting. He couldn't figure out, he just couldn't stop. He had to keep going. He is an entitled wacko. He really is. I'm not going to agree. I know you can't say much about it, but I hope you are saving all the videos he's facts about having pretty. Oh yeah, don't worry. They've already denied his WebEx. If he doesn't show up to court, unless he's in a hospital getting an IV because he had a coronary or a stroke, the default judgment is just gonna come down. The courts in Virginia, they don't play those games. Yeah, but we have, don't worry. But the courts don't require anything. They've denied his WebEx. He has to come to court. And if he doesn't, the default judgment says it very clearly.
All the way.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Where do you want me to go?
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Yes, Tim. And there's signs, and these people are trying to do work. And there's a bunch of them asking you to yeah. Oh, he feigning ignorance after he just said, sidewalk closed, not for me. And he really just.
Talking to that guy back there, I got confused.
Yeah, I got confused. No, you didn't, Tim. You didn't get confused. There's no confusion. He's just a liar. He doesn't care who he lies to cover up his own stuff. So I said, the judge, he doesn't care. He just thinks everyone's going to just listen to what he says. He's just trash. He really is a trash person, in my opinion. I've got very little respect for Sarasota Tim. Just watching his narcissist, just ugh. And he still continues down the sidewalk with the cones. He still continues. He still didn't care. And his comments, Bubba, like, yeah, golf of whatever. God, I just imagine Bubba with his hand in his todger. I know. Like, yeah.
So,
yeah, he thinks he's God dang Robert De Niro. You talking to me? You're talking to me? You're talking to me? Well, that guy was a freaking wacko in that film, Tim. Look at this. He just doesn't give a shit.
It was confusing, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't, Tim.
Where do you want me to go?
No, it wasn't confusing, Tim. That was confusing, wasn't it? He's always trying to then like double down with his stupid audience. I'm just going to say it. His subscribers, the 59 people that gave him a thumbs up, just a wackadoodle as Tim is. This is why we have members only, because I can't talk this way. I have to be nice about everyone as a nurse. He makes me blow it too. He is being like a crazy I know his taxi driver. And like, oh, wasn't that confusing? After he just came up and said, not for me. No, there was nothing confusing, Tim. The only thing that's confusing is your level of entitlement and arrogance. God, I wish some car had taken him out. Almost. Now that would have been an intervention from God.
Boy, look at that guy. Woo, you want to pull out in front of him? This guy's got to be doing 65 in a 40. All these orange cones, they got no respect.
Tim, you're the one with no respect. Just absolute the shenanigans.
No respect at all. Speed everywhere. Let's go. We're in a hurry.
I thought you were retired. I'm just asking, Tim. All right, I'm looking for my photos.
I'm going now. $25.
I mean, he just really thought that he just had the road there. Okay. What was the like to dislike on that one? He had 95 dislikes. He had a product that he was advertising. I guess that's his electric bike. What a great advertisement for the company that he has a brand deal with that for. Yeah, sidewalk closed is very confusing. Yeah. I know. He really has no respect. He really has no respect. He just doesn't. It's just no. Well, no, there's no helmet. Right to the orange cones, and he's talking about respect. Oh yeah, it's only about Tim receiving respect, though, guys. It's nothing about anybody else. You see, everybody else who isn't treating this man like the God man that he thinks he is, because that's the neotech talk, guys. If he's not the God man, Mr. Superior, then everybody else, is trash. Those people working trash, listening and respecting that they're trying to not have, keep that area because they're working and you're not to be on there. He doesn't care. He really is a trash human being. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. All right. So one of the comments that was left was from a gentleman saying, was that Johnny Vegas golf gift? Because he says he wants them back in his latest video. What's the scoop? Or just keep it private? And that was, hold on, let me make myself a little bigger here. That had 82 likes at the time. I promise I got all this. And somebody said, hey, this one person, hold on. Hey, don't do that. Oh, gosh, I hate iPhones sometimes. Said, do the right thing. Give JV his golf clubs back. And then somebody else said, of course not, thief. And another person, give the golf clubs back. And somebody else here wrote, stolen clubs. So just hours after Johnny Vegas posts a video about you stealing the clubs he let you borrow, you post a video about how you think they were given to you. Just give the man his clubs back if he's asking for them. If I were him, I would give you 24 hours to show receipt of shipping them back, which he has offered. Which I wanted to say to Carl, if you really want to get these golf clubs back to Tim, why don't you send him the money through Buy Me a Coffee? Put your words where your mouth where your whatever. Obviously getting tired. Put your words where your mouth are. Whatever. Put the money. Send him the money. Buy me a coffee. Say, hey, that's the money to send the golf clubs back. If he spends the money and doesn't send the golf clubs, well, then we really know he's an ass. But, spend your money, Carl. Because otherwise it's an empty thing that you offered, because everyone knows that Tim isn't going to send the golf clubs back. So just saying that you're going to send him the money to do it sounds good on paper, but it's just empty platitudes. What would really look like you give and actually do something in the community would be to actually put that full amount on the Buy Me a Coffee for Tim, and then see if Tim does the right thing with it. And we know that won't happen. Oh, we got something else fun to share. Ha ha. Oh, I will see if we can get this up to the. We can do. Let me see if I can send this up. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can send this up to the computer. Hold on. I got an image. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna send something up to the computer to share with on here. Let me see if I can get it up here. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm messing with technology. All right. I think, can I get a JPEG up here? Let me see. We can change the picture. Thanks for the person who just sent that. Let me see. I'm going to share this instead. There we go. I'll make me small. Tim says they're gifted. They're gifted. Gifted. Thanks, Grandma. All right, let me go back. See, we could do this quick. See, I'm better at technology than Tim is. All right. He had a lot. My goodness, I got a ton, guys. I got tons. Hold on. I got so many. Okay, so back to this one. Okay. Okay. Or I would file a police report for stolen property, which would be a felony based hold on the value he mentioned in his video. Sorry, that got 113 likes, that particular one. Yeah, he says they were gifted. Okay, so this person said, ST went out west to play golf with no clubs, got loaned an expensive set, and brought them back to Florida. Crushing it for me, wrote this person. Somebody else wrote under here, give Johnny Vegas clubs back. He was good enough to lend them to you. Now you be good enough to give them back. You're going to lose a lot of subscribers if you don't do the right thing. So I'm wondering, did Tim's sub count come down at all? He's still sitting at that 67.2 thousand subs at this moment. Vicky got in there and was able to really check his numbers out. He's going to have to be buying or something, because I'm surprised that he hasn't lost more on that number, that more people haven't unsubscribed from him. You know, I'm surprised more people haven't. Somebody else said, aren't you at the least bit embarrassed? Have you no shame? Have you no regard for friendship? No, he doesn't have any of these things. This is like, people are like regular, normal human people are like trying to figure out what is happening here. Please return the golf clubs. Why do you not say the name of the person who you say gave you the clubs? His name is Johnny Vegas, and he wants them back. So much for crushing it for Christ. The man is ill. Have you no empathy? Is a recreational activity worth the pain you are inflicting on a human being? I tell you, people got, and that was from gentlemen. I'm telling you, people got upset. I mean, people were not, give the golf clubs back. I mean, people were like just rolling. We're gonna get these all posted, guys. Tim's not away from these comments. Give Johnny Vegas clubs back. He was good enough to lend them to you. Now you be good enough to give them back. You're gonna lose a lot of subscribers. Oh, that was that one. Give the clubs back. Sorry, I took lots of the shots. Sometimes they might have been the same one. Oh, and then of course, you know, St. Louis Scott just talking about playing in Laughlin while everyone else is saying about the clubs. While he proclaims to be friendly with all these folks, but he's an absolute SOB. Somebody else said, was that Johnny Vegas golf gift? Because he says he wants them back. In his latest video, what's the scoop? Or just keep it private. People want to know the scoop. And people are calling him a thief. Have to believe that Johnny Vegas video is AI generated. All right, retired to Arizona. You can join the delusional club that hangs out with New York Dan and the conspiracies about anal probes and aliens or whatever he does over there. So here we go. This person said, Tim, I normally don't watch the hater videos, but I was curious about JV since I never knew why he disappeared from your comments. When a 6-minute video from Johnny Vegas popped up in my feed today, I gave it a look. Is there any validity to what he said about the golf clubs, or is it just a complete misunderstanding? No. Tim is a thief. Why? I mean, I know people want to give Tim the benefit of the doubt because that's what good people do, but smart people realize he's just a con artist. But I mean, I understand people are trying to be diplomatic. People are trying to become, trying to be diplomatic with somebody who has no diplomacy. Or he came across as very credible. And it would be a shame if he turns out to be one of the haters. Not one of the haters. If you're able to set the record straight, I'd appreciate it. But I completely understand if you'd rather not give them the attention. Oh, of course. Because anybody who is not, just blowing smoke up this, Tim's ass is obviously a hater. All right. So that was kind of like the gist of what I was able to save as far as the comments. And obviously, Tim was probably sanitizing pretty hard. And is going to have to. I mean, I'm surprised, he doesn't want to turn comments off, but he's probably sitting there. I wonder if the one that we just saw a moment ago was asking about the clubs, if that one's already been taken away. Oh. No, it seems like he's left that one up. So he hasn't sat there. He's obviously busy doing some stuff. No wonder he has trouble sleeping. I was just reading that you have no shame comment. Oh, yeah. I've got, I think, some more. Debbie also, thank you, Debbie, sent me some screenshots too. So like I said, I'm going to put these together because obviously reading off the phone, I didn't do a great job, but they're basically, his audience is either like, hey, what's going on? We understand if you don't want to talk about it, but now we know why we haven't heard about Johnny Vegas in so long. And because remember, Tim's audience is pretty much an echo chamber, and they've been pretty well trained by Tim to ignore, everybody called the haters. I mean, I think there was somebody was trying to tell, it's like, hey, aren't you going to court? I think I found like a comment like that recently. Oh, let me see. I know I've been finding some wild comments lately. Let me see. Let me see. Is it up in here? I'm always finding interesting comments. Somebody else said he had another boring video. I've got some interesting ones. Let's see. There was one I know that I saw that, oh gosh, Angel Mission's really been trying to save him. But somebody was asking him about court. I'll find it. We'll do a fun day of comments. Oh gosh, this is one from Angel. I can always tell it is one of those trolls I have previously blocked because I won't get any comments sent to me and do not see it unless someone mentions it here and I go back and look. They know I don't pay any attention to them and I can't stand it. They have to come here to try to get me to notice them. Pitiful souls. Oh, Angel Mission. That's it. He said you replied to me 3 times in the last 20 minutes. Is that you not paying attention to me? I've got all these saved. We'll have some fun. I want to say that somebody asked him about court. Oh my goodness. We'll find them. We'll find all the fun guys. Maybe I didn't. Oh, there's Miss Vicky and all her Sarasota Tim lies. All right. I won't take any more of your time up, but it's been fine. Angel is reading everything. I know. She's very hold up. Oh my goodness. I promise we'll put these together because we'll have to share them with the general public. And like I said, I've got way more comments. I've been saving all sorts of fun stuff from Tim and just, so we'll have a day of just, the best of Tim's comment sections. Just because I've got a few and I know that people always enjoy those. So, but I've got to, I got to make them look a little bit prettier to display. So I'm going to have to probably spend a little bit of time on that. And tomorrow, I may not get to the comments tomorrow because I forgot. I have got a brand deal. Oh my gosh, guys. So I will finish off here. Thank you guys for all your support. I have a brand deal. And I'm very excited. It's a medical item and I get to do it as a video integration. So I don't have to do it as a review video. I get to fit it into my content. It's only going to be like 3 minutes long. So I actually get to pare it down. And they're actually I'm actually going to get some jingle in my pocket. Not a lot. But I actually was able to negotiate the product, which is, and negotiate a little bit of money from the brand. And so I appreciate it. I hope you won't get offended. I'm going to make it fun because it's a medical item. It's one of the reasons why I've got balloons. I'm going to be making some fun things about Tim along with it. If you skip over it in my video, that's fine. Yeah, it's not an anal probe. It's not, but it's definitely a medical item. Obviously I'm not sharing it because I've got to get all my approvals from the brand first, so I don't want to share their item until I've done everything. Yeah, Miss Wheeler Dealer, yeah, thank you, and it's really because thanks to you guys, because you guys watching my content and being interested means that brands see an audience, and I really do only pick things that I think would actually benefit people. And so this is something that I know with patients of mine, unless you get the doctor writing the script for this, once you run out of it and the home, and if you're not part of a home health or something, they are hard to find. And luckily Amazon has them, and they are not expensive for what they are, because usually from having bought and had to have these on the medical floor and seeing what they get charged to us through a hospital, these are very well priced. So I'm very excited. And one of the things that I'm excited about, and I noticed, I don't think it's in their thing, I was like, oh my gosh, these are great, because these are the perfect size that we use for our patients who were having to spend a lot of time in bed. It's a great coxal protector. I don't think the brand knew that. But for families who ever have like loved ones like that, and maybe they're not getting a lot of supplies or something, you know. So anyway, so I'm excited. So thanks, guys. So yeah, it's not going to be a review. It's just going to be in another video. So that's even better, because it's not like, you know, me just doing a review on an item like Tim does on an e-bike. I actually get to do like one of my regular videos, and then I just get to integrate this promotion in there. And then I get to, you know, continue with the video like a lot of real YouTubers do. So it's exciting. On behalf of the conspiracy theorists. Yes, we love the conspiracy theorists. There's a lot in our community. I think New York Dan is probably at the top of the list, though. Oh my gosh. Trying to say the video of Johnny Vegas was a deep fake. It's like, look at the video, please. I'm going to show the video. Well, we saw it. I'm going to finish up here because you guys have been great, and I've already held you hostage for long enough. But the fact that Tim called that a deep fake. Anyway, so I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to see, because I do need to do this video. So I'm thinking that probably if I go live tomorrow or anything, or if Tim puts anything out, I may just do a video. So I may not get a live out tomorrow. So I'm just I'm trying to figure it out, because I do need to make sure, because I know I'm back at work again. I do want to get this video filmed and stuff done. So I'm almost hoping that Tim gets something out because I need to make a video. Otherwise, what I may end up doing is just doing a reaction to his dangerous behaviors on that e-bike. And then it might be a good one actually to integrate the video into that, because of just how dangerous and how he looked like he was about to have an accident on that bike. So that might actually be a good one to react to, because I haven't done that reaction publicly. And I think, you know, I think some people, I know Buckeye Gordon had pointed it out and stuff, but it's just another one of Tim's, you know, absolute disregard to anybody else. You know, the cars, the people who were trying to keep people off the paved area. I mean, they actually had like everybody was shouting at him, and he still continued. He still didn't give a shit. That's the thing that I find the most surprising. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Dan is the Temu version of Tim. There's something up with Dan. I mean, if he wants to be the one person who wants to support Tim, whatever. You know, Dan's going to be having a hard cope when I take Tim's channel away come August. Because I promise you, Google, when they see that stuff, they're not going to want to deal with him. They really aren't. Especially the way I have him on the hook when it comes to the garnishment. The easiest way for them to know that their AdSense is not going to accidentally be routed to him, you know, because these big corporations, you know, sometimes, you know, they get real, you know, those sort of things, those glitches can happen. And Google would not want that glitch because then I could put them on the hook for the money. And they would have to have a show cause as to why they sent his AdSense to, you know, Tim and didn't send it to the garnishment. And, you know, Google at that point would have to, you know, explain why their automated system didn't do what it would needed to do. And then Google's on the hook for $30K. So they're not going to want that. They just aren't going to want that. And they know that there's going to be a garnishment probably coming. Their attorneys are going to be smarter than Carl. So they're going to think it through and understand, you know, what's going to potentially happen. And so the way to stop that potentially happening and save Google 30 grand, they're just going to terminate his channel and kill off his AdSense. It's fine. You know, I still send them the garnishment just in case, you know, even if the channel gets terminated, just in case, because sometimes they may forward the AdSense. They could. So it's always good to catch them. But that's the beauty of this. Yep. Legally Google with garnish. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. And, you know, I can't say the other place because I don't want Tim to make any changes. So I know where I'm sending my garnishments. Don't worry. And it's on day 22 because I know that Tim's not going to put in for the appeal. And he would get slammed on the appeal. I mean, if he doesn't show up to court and stuff, then why would you appeal the judgment? I mean, you have to put the escrow amount down, which is the full judgment amount, plus court costs, plus you have to go up to the next level of court, which is civic. You cannot step into that courtroom without an attorney. He then is on the hook for my attorneys were he to lose the appeal. And at that point, I would put attorneys in there because I would be able to recover their fees at that point and as part of like this type of lawsuit. Because I can recover a reasonable amount of attorney fees because of it. So he would also be on the hook for my attorneys. And I would bring out my previous firm that I used, which is, you know, a top tier firm here in Virginia. And they would take the case without a problem. They wouldn't even ask me for the retainer because they would see the money that Tim would have to put into escrow to go to appeal. And then they would know that he would be on the hook to cover their attorney's fees. And they would be happy to go into discovery and just rip him apart. Because they already would know that they would win the appeal. They would already see what he did to his grounds of defense. And they would just annihilate him by that point. So, you know, we would get everything. His financial records, everything. So if he wants to do that, go ahead. We get to find out more about you, Tim. And I'd let the real people do it. I'd let the real attorneys come. Not just me being the pro se litigant, attorney over here. I'd let him get it. Oh, yeah, I'm on my game. Are you out, Thomas? Well, we are finishing up, Thomas, anyway. We appreciate you being here, as always. We're all done. I'm finishing out. Don't worry. We's all out of here. We's all out. All right, guys. I just always want to remind you. Oh, yes. The fact makes it all the way as compared to the lead characters from the. I know. I have made, this is. And the more I've sort of researched into obviously doing the business tort and the way it's turned out, it really has been able to do a case that no other creator has done. We guys are setting precedents over here. So this community is doing something that no other community has done as far as protecting a small creator. It never gets happened this way. Most of the time they end up in this federal nonsense, and that scares people away because it's expensive. And we found a way to do this with real like statues with some freaking meat to them. So that's what people don't. Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's the thing I've found the most interesting and fascinating is just like the teeth on this particular statutes and so forth. All right, guys, I just enjoying trolling Tim. I can't wait to see if he puts anything out tonight. It's my favorite thing is to see one of Tim's late night, 30-minute streams of consciousness. And or he might actually, it's Friday night. I bet you anything, because Tim just feels like the channel's at a loss at the moment. I bet you anything he's rolling around Sarasota or Bradenton in one of his like shirts trying to pick up a lady. Tim out looking for the felines, as he likes to call them. All right, guys. Did he go clubbing? I think he wanted to go clubbing in one of his China shirts. This Golf Gate. That it is Golf Gate. We should, Thomas. Thank you for that. We will make sure to we'll make sure to put that on a thumbnail, Golf Gate. When we go over the comments. I appreciate that. Yes, Golf Gate is perfect. We are in the midst of Golf Gate. And then we can get to trial gates come August. Oh, gosh. Well, like I said, it's Friday night, so Tim is out on the prowl. So I don't think we'll see anything from Tim tonight. We may get a morning chat. So I think Tim's done for the day. He put out a couple of videos. He's looking forward to YouTube payday. Supposedly, I wonder how much he's going to continue bragging about how great his AdSense looks at the moment. And keep telling people to watch his ads all the way through and just continue to violate YouTube's terms of service. Oh my gosh, he's a trip. Well, I thank all of my mods being here. Thank you, David, for that super chat, by the way. We do appreciate that. Little bit of help for the puppins over there. And we'll just catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for that visual. Grandma's pocketbook. I know. It's just the double down. I mean, we've been through quite a lot. I know I'm finishing out and I keep talking, but we've been through quite a lot in the community on these golf clubs because Tim always changed the language. And I think some of us are like, I'm glad that we found out that really Johnny, had not given those to Tim, because it just did not make sense why somebody would be giving this man over $2,500 of golf clubs. It just, and it's just, he's just something else. I mean, oh my God. The pathology, it just drives me nuts. All right, guys. He's exhausting. Yeah, pretty soon he's going to praise 10 fingers and toes. It's gosh. I know. I wonder if he's going to be talking about what time is it there? It's 10:24 at night. So it's almost 10:30 in the evening. Yeah, thank you, Sammy. I appreciate you being here. You had so much fun. Oh, you're fine. I used some swear words too recently. Shoot. I got feisty yesterday because Tim just brings it out. And then the stuff today. You should hear the cuss words that I use when I'm alone in the home when I watch some of his stuff. But sometimes I think about sending that money. I'm like, I'll just garnish it in a couple of months. Oh, I just can't. All right, guys. I love you all. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
Life and Vibe, thanks so much. My queen, my Sarasota Tim expert.